On my way home on July 1st, 2013, with my 3-year-old son at the time, and we were coming home. I worked with youth, and I approached a group of youth, and I told them to be safe. And this was on the tail end of the Trayvon Martin situation. And this, I worked with youth, so I saw the police coming the other way. I told these guys to go on your way. They said, be safe. We good. So as I turned in my alley, a Baltimore alley, the cops that I had passed on the other way decided to make a U-turn. All right, and they came darting up my alley, and I'm on my way home from work. I'm thinking, let me get out their way.
Your 3-year-old's in the back?
My 3-year-old in the minivan. Mm-hmm. And they tell me to stop my van. Eventually tell me to shut my engine off. I pull in my driveway, and
you were at your house?
I'm at my home. I'm at my home. I pull out my and I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey, which we know is not a green city, right? So you kind of know how to handle what's going on with the police, right?
Brick City.
So brick city in the house, right? So
yes.
With my 3-year-old son, I wanted to be as non-threatening as possible. All right. I stuck my hands out the window, especially when I noticed that these were narcotic police. All right, knowing that they're approaching for guns and narcotics. That's what they do. Plainclothes officers in a marked car. I stuck my hands out the window. I announced this is my home. I have my 3-year-old son in the back of the van. All right. So 2 white officers and 1 black Hispanic officer. One of the white officers approached my vehicle right away, starts to try to pull me out the van. I had my seatbelt on, so I could not be pulled out of the van. He's struggling with me. I announced I had my seatbelt on, which you must do when you're from certain places, because if you reach back and take the seatbelt off, they'll say you're reaching for something. Unfortunately, this is a context that we have to know when you're driving black in America. I announced that. I took my seatbelt off. He continued to pull me out of the van. He immediately slammed me twice. All right. The 2 other officers, the 1 black and 1 white officers, then started to search and seize my vehicle, or search, I should say, as though there were narcotics in there. All right. Mind you, I had just went to Restaurant Depot because we do a 4th of July cookout. So I have all these groceries in my van. They're ripping them apart with my 3-year-old son in the van. Simultaneously, the other cop slams me another 3 times towards the alley. All this time asking, what's going on? What's going on? They never announced to me what's going on. I've been slammed 5 or 6 times. They then handcuffed me. After I'm handcuffed, I'm slammed an additional 3 times. I'm not able to break my fall this time because I'm handcuffed. All right. They proceeded to beat me. Luckily, I had neighbors start to respond. The first one being Miss Elizabeth, thank God. 2 neighbors, 5 neighbors, 10 neighbors, responding all the way into about 25 neighbors. I'm sitting on the ground, handcuffed. After I've been slammed all these times, 20 neighbors witnessing, they tell me to roll on my stomach. I'm basically, beaten, hurting. And I'm looking surprised, can hardly move. I didn't respond immediately. They picked me up by my ankles. Okay, white officer picked me up in front of 25 witnesses. Picked me up by my ankles, and they dropped me on my head. My fall is broken by my head and my shoulder. While I'm upside down, I asked the black cop, I said, you gonna let him do this to me? And he proceeded to let him do this. Then the black cop, about 6'3", 240 pounds, he drops on the back of my head and my neck area as though he's a wrestler. Okay? So when you hear about Freddie Gray and all these things, I am Freddie Gray. Thank God I had 25 witnesses and I'm living. Understand that. I'm pinned down, then he hog ties me. Shackles my feet. If you don't understand hog tie position, they shackle my feet in front of my neighbors, mind you. Hog tie me, middle of my ankles on the middle of my back. Still asking, what's going on? They tell me I was driving while I was on the cell phone. So I say to these guys, well, look, I'm a working guy. Like, you could have just gave me a ticket. I'll pay my ticket, right? Excuse me. All I'm thinking is, at this point in time, remember, it's on in the Trayvon Martin. All I'm thinking is, I got to make it home to my son. Whatever it takes at this point, you guys do what you got to do. I got to make it home to my son. Excuse me. My mother had just become a judge at the time.
Your mother's a judge.
My mother's the first. She just recently, 2 months ago, became the first Muslim woman judge of Essex County.
I can read that. That's your mother?
That's my mother. So I start to yell, and I tell my neighbors, call my mother, she's a judge. I don't tell her in New Jersey because I just want them to spare my life at the time. Call my mother, she's a judge. Call my mother, she's a judge. Then they pick me up, they put me in the paddy wagon. And as they take me to the wagon, they're telling me, we're taking your son to Child Protective Services, which is like DIFUS up here, right? And you know, I'm obviously upset. I work with Department of Social Services. I have a contract with them. So not only am I like, you know, I don't want my son to just, you know, be taken by the system, you know, professionally, it's like,
What do you
yes,
do?
son.
Right.
You know, what are you doing? Luckily, my wife responded and was able to obtain my son. But another narrative that I often give individuals is not just the beating. It's not just the physical part, right? Because when you're from North, it happens. You know, the least thing I was thinking was, when you going to send me on my way? They kick our asses, right? But now you have the professional and the family effect of being incarcerated. I had to realize, it took me 2 years to realize, most of America don't go through incarceration. They're not in a 10 by 10 cell with 25 other individuals, being embarrassed and juggling a professional career, telling your bosses and your superiors, you know, your wife handling things, facing a $10,000 bail, hoping you get the 10% that you could pay the $1,000. You understand? And there with dope addicts, coke addicts, murderers, and things of this sort. So that's a whole nother context. And then, as you spoke of, we beat the case. That was the civil part. I had a whole criminal case that I had to pay $10,000 for a lawyer in a month. Who has that type of money? See, this is what happens to our community, and then they have to take the second-degree assault charge. Okay, they have to take the plea. Okay, instead of being able to go to trial, I fought it. I wasn't going to take that. So that's a narrative that a lot of and we did win. Okay. We won the criminal, and let me say this.
But you shouldn't have had to go through it in America as an American citizen, as a man that did not. You're innocent until proven guilty. The system. Right. You're a lawyer. Absolutely. You're a lawyer. Because you know that is definitely germane to a particular culture. White men in this country rarely have to deal with that.
White, Chinese, and other than. Right. Blacks and Latinos. It's a unique experience in America. And what we have to understand is that I wasn't done. 2 weeks after I came home. 2 weeks, 17 days to be exact. Tyrone West was murdered by the same officers. Tyrone West was murdered by the same 2 of the 3 officers. That's why they weren't able to stand trial, okay, and go to court in my criminal case. It took me to unveil that. It took me to say, you know what, something's funny that they're testifying. That doesn't happen. A black man like myself, they'll lie on the stand and make up some stuff to fight me before they just can't able to test. They turn down the chance to be able to testify. I told my lawyer, the warrior lawyer, J. Wendell Gordon, check into that. And sure enough, 2 of the 3 officers were 2 officers that stopped Tyrone West, contextual stop, and 15 officers smuggled him to death. They're talking about it right now on Charles Barkley's show, TNT. And that family has since been a family of mine, because if it wasn't for them, I don't win my case.
Yep. And this happens all the time.
I was gonna say this is
all the time, Karen.
This is America, and I want you, Nitha, because again, you know, in order for us to have this real conversation, Americans who are not Muslim, Americans who are not Black, Americans who are not oppressed, need to have a connection to these stories.
Yeah.